is called as a library. NumPy is also called as a module. NumPy can be called as a library. NumPy can be called module in the both the ways. You can call either library or a module, a NumPy. Coming to the pandas, it is also, you can call it as a library or a module. Now, whereas sklearn, that is one of the library. Okay, this is called as library only because this sklearn will consist of multiple modules. Within the sklearn, we are having one of them is pre-processing. One of them is model selection. One of them is linear regression. Sorry, linear model. These are the different module names. This is module 1, this is module 2, and this is module 3. Everything are available within the sklearn. All the modules are available within the sklearn. So sklearn is either library, it is called as library, whereas NumPy and pandas, you can call it as library or you can even call it as module. Absolutely not a problem because it consists of only one module. Directly it consists of the functions. A NumPy consists of functions, pandas consist of functions. Okay, so NumPy is considered as a library or a module, but whereas sklearn is considered as a library only. Miss, generally what is meant by library, miss? It is a set of modules. How we are having set of functions as a one module, similarly set of modules is called as library. Means what we are going to do? Import. How we are going to import, for example, we are going to import the NumPy is one of the module. Import NumPy. Yesterday we have imported SRK. Import SRK. This is a user-defined module. This is a inbuilt module. Import mat. This is a inbuilt module. Similarly, we are going to import the sklearn. Now we are going to import the similarly sklearn only. Now what happens if you import sklearn? You have to start from the sklearn dot pre-processing. Again dot within that one of the function you have to use. Sklearn dot pre-processing dot standard scalar is one of the function name. Assume this function you are going to get from sklearn dot pre-processing dot standard scalar. You have to import like this. You have to, because directly you can't use sklearn dot standard scalar. Directly you can't use the function. In between you have to use pre-processing. The module name also you have to add library name followed by module name followed by function name. Right? Whereas if you are working on the module, means directly the module dot your function name. Whatever the function is there, module dot function. In this way, we are going to work. Now coming to this NumPy, where NumPy is also called as either with respect to module or a library. Here directly it is having only one and only module. Directly it has the functions only. Right? Now coming to the NumPy. What is meant by NumPy? NumPy means numerical Python. Num stands for numerical. Py stands for Python. Numerical Python is the full form. NumPy full form is numerical Python, which is used to work with the numerical data. Majorly it is used to work with the numerical data. Okay. Used to work with the numerical data. How it is going to work means in form of an array. So here we are going to work based on the array. Now what is meant by array and why we have to work using the arrays? That we are going to understand one by one. Now first let us see this one. A is equal to list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and you are printing A. Print A means what it is going to print? List of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the type of A? It is a list. So print means it is going to print a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and type is list type. Now what I'm going to do, this same list I'm converting as a array. How I'm converting as an array means NP. I'm going to import NumPy as NP. Means I'm going to use NumPy module and within the NumPy library, I'm going to use array. np.array is the function. Now for this function, this function will consist of argument. Compulsory one argument is there. What is that argument? Means data. We have to provide the data. So what I'm going to provide the data is np dot array of L. L means, sorry, A. In this case, A. A, what is np dot array of A? Np dot array of A means nothing but list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is going to take this list. And it is going to give me the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the array. Now, just let us see. I'm going to import numpy as np. Whatever the A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 list is there. I'm going to take np dot array of A, that is list of 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to print this np underscore A. And what is the type means? It is going to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it is going to show that it is a numpy nd array. So the list was converted to as an array. Now how it is converted? Okay, converted, fine. How? What is the backend? Means a array, any array is equal to for loop plus list. For loop plus list is called as array. For loop with list is called as array. Means what happens in the backend? Just it is going to take with respect to for loop means every time, remember, for loop means it is going to take an empty list, and for each value it is going to do the append function. For loop means it is going to take an empty list and it is going to append into that. So here what it is going to do means for each value, A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each value it is going to consider and it is going to append the each value. Right? Why to take, why to append, sir? Now, what is the use of this array? Why to take and why to append? Who asked you to take, who asked you to append, and why you are creating arrays? That is the question. Now, let us see the simple example. List 1, L1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. This is the list 1. List 2 is equal to 4, 5, 6. Okay, these both are input. And write a program such a way that I want the output is equal to list of 5, 7, 9. I want to add this one. Like this I want to add. Now, if I take L1 plus L2, that is nothing but list 1 is 1, 2, 3 plus list 2 is 4, 5, 6. If I consider like this, I'm going to get output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is going to extend or link list concatenation. It is going to work as a list concatenation. I don't want list concatenation. I want to add each element and I want the output like this. Now tell me what is the program I have to write for this? Write in the notes, please. Write in the notes. Write a program for the output 5, 7, 9. Means you want to add in terms of 1 plus 4, 2 plus 5, 3 plus 6. I want to add in that way. Please write a program for that. Whatever you want, you use as per your choice. Apart from NumPy, use whatever you want. Done? Cross verify yourself. If it is done, means please cross verify. And whoever has completed the program, please raise your hand. Yeah, write a program. I want in such a way 5, 7, 9. Write the entire program from the starting to end. If completed, raise your hand. Yes. Yes, please. Yeah, he has raised first. Yes, please. L is equal to empty list. Okay. Yes. L1 is there, L2 is there. For I in range of 3, L1 of I plus L2 of I, L append A. Print L. Excellent. Right? Just to give me a minute. This is the right answer. And name SAT IT IK. Done. Right? So this is the answer, guys. So what happens now? Here, for I in range of 3 means I in range of 3 means I is equal to 0, 1, 2. First, it is going to take 0. Within the 0, L1 of 0 is 1 plus L2 of 0 is 4. And the total is 5. And this 5 will be appended here. And next, for I is equal to 1, L1 of 1 is 2, L2 of 1 is 5. 2 plus 5, 7. Now A is equal to 7. And this will be appended here. So first it is going to append the 5 followed by 7. And next range of 2, that is L1 of 2 is 3, L2 of 2 is 6, 3 plus 6 is 9. And L is going to be appended 9. That is 5, 7, 9 will be appended in this way. This is the answer. So now for this question, for this input, I have written the code, this one. Now the same code I can write using the NumPy array in how miss np dot array of L1 plus np dot array of L2. That's it. This is the answer. np dot array of L1 plus np dot array of L2 gives you the answer as 5, 7, and 9. Same to same. Now, why it is giving like that? Because whenever you are writing array, automatically is selecting the for loop with append option. For loop with append option is an array. That is the backend. So for each element, it is going to do for each element wise. For example, let us take like this. Yeah, let us go with the example number 2. One more example. This time I'm going to take a simple example. Very simple example. 1, 2, 3. L1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. Now for each element, I want to add 10. Means my required output is 11, 12, 13. That's it. This is my required output. For this, what is the program? Write in the notes, please, first. $11, $12, $13. If completed, raise your hand. Again, one student has completed. Still, anyone? Yes, Satvik, once again. Tell me entire program, step by step, how you have told earlier the program. Yes, that is the question directly. For I in range of 3. L1 of I plus 10. L append A. Print L. Exact. Now what happens? For each and every value, you are selecting from the original list. And for that, you are adding the 10 for that. First, you are collecting the element. That is 1 you are collecting. And for that, 10 you are adding. 2 you are collecting and 10 you are adding. 3 you are collecting and 10 you are adding. So this is the answer. Now the same thing in the NumPy array, np dot array of L1. So first you are converting that one as an array. For that plus 10, if you add plus 10, completed. Answer will be the same. That is 11, 12, 13. That is the advantage of an array. Got the point? Every time, whenever you want to take an empty list and if you want to append and you want to do some kind of operation, and finally after operation, if you want to append, so now you no need to assign empty list. You no need to take for loop. You no need to take append. 1, 2, 3. These 3 lines you can save. Directly have to write only the operation, whatever the operation you want. Whatever the operation you want, that's it, you have to write. That is the advantage of an array. Got the point? Is that clear? Now, let us see the first example, whatever I have discussed. That is L1. Okay. L1 is equal to, right? L1 is equal to list of 1, 2, 3. L1 is equal to list of 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, for I in, before for I in, first I have to take L. L is equal to empty list. Now, for I in range of 3, instead of writing 3, we don't fix that one. So I'm going to write length of L. Automatically, it will only select that whatever the length. If 4 items are there, means 4, 10 items are there, means 10. Automatically, it will only select. I don't need to specifically mention that number also. No need to mention the number. Right? Now, it is going to take with respect to A is equal to some alphabet A is equal to L1. You are going to say L1 of I plus 10. L1 of I plus 10. And this particular A value, whatever the A value you have got, now this one you are going to append. L dot append of A. And finally, you are going to print the L value. Now, this is the answer, 11, 12, 13. Right? So, for this given output, this is the answer. So, how many lines of code you have written? This is the lines of code. Now, the same input, I'm not going to change the input. Input is same as it is. Okay, I'm going to take the input. Now, what I'm going to do is np dot array. First, I'm going to convert this one to an array. Now, when I convert this one array, automatically in the backend, for loop will be applied. For loop will be applied. Plus 10 means for each element of a value, add the 10. Array means for each element. Simply, array means for each element. Plus 10 means automatically for each element, it will add the plus 10. Got the point? Shortcut for that. No need now. You no need to take what are the things you no need to take means this one not required. This is not required. This is not required. These 3 lines are not required. These 3 lines are equal to your array. Whatever the inside this operation is there, that you have to write. That is the main one, right? That you have to write. No need to append. No need to apply for loop separately. Right? Automatically it will do. Now, similarly, if I take this L1 is equal to list of 1, 2, 3. L1 is equal to list of 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. L2 is equal to again list of 4, 5, 6. Now what I am going to do, np dot array of L1 plus np dot array of L2 means first I am going to convert L1 as an array, L2 as an array. Now what is meant by array? For each element. So now what it is going to do? For each element it is going to add, that is 1 plus 4, 5, 2 plus 5, 7, 3 plus 6, 9. Just by writing one line of code, you are going to get the answer. Got the point? So this is the advantage of an array. Now array, how we have array was created means using the for loop plus list. If you know for loop and if you know list means automatically. Sir, why list only? Tuple also na? Tuple also will be done same. But what the problem with the tuple is immutable. List is mutable. Now NumPy is also a mutable object. NumPy is also a mutable object. If NumPy is immutable object, it is usually created by the for loop. Sorry, for loop with tuple. If it is an immutable object, assume that numpy is an immutable object, then automatically it will be created by using the tuple. Since numpy is a mutable object, it was created using the list. Sir, okay, now let us take one of the list value as 1, 2, 3, 4. Second one is 4, 5, 6. Now it is going to throw the error. If both of them are not same, it will throw the error that one is having 4 and one is having 3. How I can add for each value? If you want to add each value, means both of them should be same. Is that clear? So that is the advantage of the NumPy when compared to the list. Now let us see one by one. What is array only? Just a basic example only we are seeing. And I'm showing a difference, major difference between the what is the purpose of creating array means do the faster work when compared to your core Python using the list. To do the faster work. Okay. So that is the reason they have created the NumPy array. Right? This library was created for that purpose. Now, within the NumPy arrays, what are the arrays we are having? These arrays, major, what is the main purpose of creating NumPy arrays means for doing the mathematical operations. So in Python, we are having the list to serve the purpose of arrays, but they are slow to process. When compared to NumPy, they are slow. When compared to NumPy, they are slow. Basically, they are not slow. When compared to NumPy, they are very slow. NumPy is very fast. So NumPy is an incredible library to perform the mathematical and statistical operations. Very fast it will do due to its fast and memory efficient. Right? And based on the CPU architectures, according to that, they have created the latest libraries. For example, the latest mobile phones are there. Now, latest mobile phones are with respect to something, they'll support certain things. Why? Because the latest mobile phones are having with respect to 8 GB RAM, 6 GB RAM, 4 GB RAM like this. Now, when compared to old mobiles, like if you go with the 2014 mobiles or 2015, at the time we are having only 1 GB mobile, 2 GB mobile are there. If you want to run certain apps, can you run in that mobile? No, because the apps are designed based on the present technology, not based on the old technology. Whenever the app was designed, so for example, tomorrow I want to design my own app. Now I will keep in my mind that, okay, the person is going to use 4 GB mobile phone, or I used to think that the person will have only 512 MB mobile phone. Based on what I will design my app? By assuming that most of the people will use the 4 GB mobile phone, 4 GB RAM based mobile phone. According to that, we are going to create. So this one also was created based on that, as per the latest CPU architectures, right? NumPy aims to do the array work 50 times faster than your general Python. When compared to a Python list, whatever the list, when compared to that, it will do the 50 times faster. Sir, how I can know time? There is an option called as percentage time it. If you use this one, you can know exactly how much time it has used. I will show you. I'll show you with if it is a list means how much time it will take. If it is NumPy means how much time it will take. I will show you with an example. Okay. Right. Now here NumPy arrays. Now within the NumPy arrays, we are having 0-dimensional array, 1-dimensional array, 2-dimensional array, 3-dimensional array, 4-dimensional array, like this multi-dimensional arrays. So NumPy array is a n-dimensional array. Now, what is meant by n-dimensional array? So if you take only x-axis, then it is called as, what is this called as? 1 dimension. If you consider x-axis, 1 y-axis, 2 dimension. If you consider third axis, 3 dimension. Same to same. Like this, how many lines you can draw? Infinite number of lines. But the problem is, if I draw the fourth one, we can't see with a human eye, we can go with maximum 3 dimension only. The fourth dimension, we can't see with our human eye. Then how we have to see the fourth dimension means we have to turn. We have to turn that one. Means other side of things we can see. For example, a 4-dimensional body is there, means at a time you can see 3 dimensionals. And you have to turn the object, and again you can see another 3 dimensions. Again you have to turn the object, again you can see 3 dimension. With a human eye, we can see only 3 dimensions. In the interview, if they ask you, what is the n-pi dimensional arrays means? Up to how many dimensions you can create means you have to say n dimensions. Okay, n dimensions you are saying 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension. Okay, is there any dimension with 4 dimension? Have you seen any fourth dimension object? If they ask in the interview means you have to say that no sir, not only me, none of the human can see 4 dimensions. If the person is able to see 4th dimension means he has to go to the Vasanike, right? So none of the person can, with the human eyes, we can't see 4th dimension. Only 3 dimensions only we can see, right? Now, coming to the first one is 0 dimension. 0 dimension means nothing but value, a single value is called as 0 dimension. So for example, if I take A is equal to SRK, something like this. Now, np.am is single value. It is a single value. Now, here 1 dimension. Let us go with a 1 dimension. Now, here 1 dimension, I'm going to take np.array of list of 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, what it is going to show me is a array of 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, here, if you ask only variable A, it will print the output as array of, in the bracket, it is going to fill the data, and outside it will show the array. It is a type, array type. But if you ask print A, if you ask print A is what? Array only. If you ask print A, it is going to print 0, 1, 2, 3. Now, sir, how we can differentiate whether it is a lift or an array means list will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Comma will be there. For array, 0, 1, 2, 3. That is the difference. Okay. So whenever you are writing print A, it will print like this. But if you ask only a single variable A means, it will print like this. The array word will be printed at the starting. Right? Now, A.ndim. Ndim means n dimensions. How many dimensions? So how many dimensions are there here? Only 1 dimension is there. So answer is 1. It is a 1-dimensional array. Now, if you ask with respect to np.array of 42, okay, if you ask like this, and if you ask for this arr.ndim, arr.ndim, if you ask like this, it is going to print 0 dimension. This is a 0 dimension where it is having only a single value. So this single value, if I take this one inside a list, if I take inside a list, again, now it is going to be as a 1-dimensional array. Okay, if you keep inside the list means it is 1-dimensional array. If without list, if you are considering means it is a 0-dimension array. Is that clear? For 0-dimension array, you can write only 1 value. For example, if you want to store multiple values without using advanced data type, can you store multiple values? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers you want to store in a single object without using any advanced data type. Don't use range function. Don't use dictionary, or don't use with respect to set or list or tuple. Without using advanced data type, can you store that one? No. Means all the fundamental data types, whatever the values are there, they are called as 0 dimension. Whether it is a int, or whether it is a float, or whether it is a complex, or whether it is a string. If you write the string also, it is a 0 dimension. Got the point? So here the whatever the array is there. So if I print array, print ARR. ARR is printing as SRK. It is a 1 dimension. Sir, output is SRK, sir. Just ask what is the type of ARR. Type of ARR. It is going to show it numpy.nd array. And if you ask the dimensions, it is going to show as 0 dimensions. Got the point? So now this is called as 0 dimensions, and this is called as 1 dimension. Now for 1 dimension, you are having in terms of shape. Now how the shape will be represented means shape will be given as the output as a tuple. The output will be tuple. The shape, always the shape will be tuple. Now within the tuple, if only one, for example, if I ask here a dot shape, if I print a dot shape, a means how many elements are there total? 4 values are there. It is going to print 4 comma. 4 comma indicates that it is a 1 dimensional. one dimension which is having of 4 values. That is the meaning of that. 4 comma indicates. For example, if you write here 4 comma 1 means then it is a 2-dimensional. 2-dimensional means a 4 number of rows with 1 column. 2-dimensional means rows and column. You already know the matrices, right? Matrices is a 2-dimensional, right? So if you have like this, now if you take a 4 comma 1 comma 1, if it is there means 3-dimensional body. 4 comma 1 comma 1 comma 9, 4-dimensional body. Based on the shape, we can identify how many dimensions are there. For 1 dimension, how it is going to represent means the syntax. Syntax for 1 dimension shape. Syntax for 1 dimension shape is number of values, comma. That's it. That is the syntax. What is the syntax for 2-dimensional shape? If any 2-dimensional array is there, what is the syntax means? Number of rows, comma, number of columns. That is the syntax for the 2-dimensional array. Let us first complete 1-dimensional and we'll move on to the 2-dimensional. One by one. Let us move on one by one. Right? So first starting with a 0 array. 0 array is clear. 0 array means nothing but A is equal to SRK you are writing. And now you are converting this A is equal to ARR 0. I'm writing ARR underscore 0 means array with a 0 dimension is equal to NP dot array of A. NP dot array of A means just this SRK will be converted as an array. Whenever it has converted as an array, automatically for loop will be applied. Without array means for loop will not be applied. With array means for loop will be applied. That is the only difference. By default, for loop will be applied. Array means for loop. Fix. For each element. It has to do for each element. Right? Now, if you ask like this and if you print ARR, if you print your ARR, print ARR underscore 0, it is going to print this. And similarly, if you ask type of ARR underscore 0 means it is going to show as np.nd array. And similarly, if you ask ARR dot ndim, ARR dot underscore 0 dot ndim, ndim means n dimensions. It is a 0 dimensions. Ndim means number of dimensions. Ndim stands for number of dimensions. How many number of dimensions? It is a 0-dimensional array. And if you ask the shape, ARR underscore 0 dot shape. If you ask the shape, it is going to print as empty, nothing. If it writes at least one number also, it is 1-dimensional array. Inside that shape, how many numbers represents? That is the shape. That is the number of dimensions. If you write instead of SRK, if you write 45, answer will remain same, empty only. If it prints at least one number inside the shape, 1 comma, if it shows us, it is 1-dimensional array. Now, what is the, now let us, you tell me the difference. Now, let us go with this. This is 0 dimension. 0 dimension is clear, right? Same example, I am copying. Copy. And down I am pasting here. Same to same example. Okay. Instead of considering 45 as it is, I am considering the list of 45. Instead of considering a normal 45, I am converting as a list of advanced data type. I am moving towards the advanced data type. Instead of fundamental data type, advanced data type, that is list. Now, what is the, it is going to convert as a 45 and n-dimensional array. Now, if I ask the same question, that is with respect to the same, whatever I have done above, the same question if I ask now, it is a 1-dimensional array. And how many elements are there inside this? Shape. Shape is nothing but how many elements are there? How many elements are there in the array? Only one element is there. So 1 comma. Number of values. So for example, here you are having 45 comma 46 comma 54. Now this is an array. Dimension is 1 dimension only. Dimension is 1 only. Values are 3. It is not a 3-dimensional. 1 dimension with values of 3. 3 values. Shape is consist of 3, 0. Is that clear? Now, let us go on to the next one. 2-dimensional array. Now, this one is also completed. 1-dimensional is completed. As some of the students are getting confused, for that students, for those people, I'm going to create a 2-dimensional array also. I'll show you how to create a 2-dimensional. Okay, 2D. Let us take 2D. 2-dimension. Okay, now I'm copying the same to same. Now within this list, instead of using a normal list, nested list I'm using. Nested list. Instead of using a normal nested list. Now in A, how many elements are there? Can anyone tell me? In A, how many elements are there? 1, exactly. 1, only 1. That one, what is the one element? List of 45, 46, 54. That is the one. So now if I ask this one, I'm converting this one, np.array of A. Now this is getting converted. This entire thing is getting converted. Now it is a, again, one dimension array. Now this time I'm asking with respect to, now I'm asking the same thing, arr_2.ndim. Now it is a 2-dimensional array. Now the same arr._2, comma, shape, dot shape. This time I'm asking shape. Now shape means just it is going to say in this how many rows are there and how many columns are there. 1 row with 3 columns. So it is going to print 1, 3. 1 row with 3 columns. Sir, not understand, sir. Can you explain with one more example? General, right? Let us see one more example. Comma. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now you can see clearly this is the first row. This is the second row. Now tell me how many rows are there? 2 rows. How many columns are there? 3 columns. Now what is the shape? 2, 3. Is that clear now? Now if you add one more, let us add one more list. 4, 5, 6. Now how many rows are there? 3 rows. How many columns are there? 3 columns. Now what is the shape? 3, 3. Still it is a 2-dimensional array because it is a 2 rows. I mean it is in the rows and columns. Now, sir, now 3-dimensional, how you are going to represent 3-dimensional? Okay, before asking that question, now everyone knows Rubik's Cube. Rubik's Cube. We'll play with a Rubik's Cube where it has the colors, right? Now, Rubik's Cube will have how many colors? Total number of colors? 6 colors. So, front you can see 1 color. Left side you can see 1 color. Right side you can see 1 color. Top side you can see 1 color. Bottom side 1 color. And back side. To this back side 1 color. Total 6 colors will be there. Back side if you see means 1 color will be there. Total 6 colors will be there. Now, 6 colors are there. It is a 6-dimensional body. Yeah? No. Then it is a 3-dimensional body where it is having with respect to length, breadth and thickness. 3 only are there. It is a 3-dimensional. But a 3-dimensional is a combination of multiple 2-dimensionals. Front side, whatever the color you are seeing, okay, 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. Let us consider a 3 by 3 Rubik's Cube. The front side, whatever you are saying, 9 pieces, it is the front side is called as 2 by 2. If you open the left side, then it is a 2 by 2. This side, 2 by 2. Top side, 2 by 2. Now, how many 2 by 2s are there? 6 are there. So, what is the shape means? 2 by 2, 6. 2 by 2, I mean 3 by 3. 3 by 3, like that, 6 are there. That is the shape of the Rubik's Cube. Okay. Still more. No, sir, not getting clarity. as some of the students' faces are not that much of clear. So once again, let us try with one more example. Now, whatever you're seeing in front, okay, whether it is an online student or whether it is an offline student, whatever you're seeing straight or in front of you, there is a wall for you. In front of you, there is a wall. The wall is two-dimensional, where it is having the length and where it is having the height. Breadth and height, these both you can see, right? In front of you, whatever the wall. Okay, for you, this is the wall. For me, that is the wall, opposite. For me also, I can see in terms of the length, this is the, whatever the breadth you say, and this is the height. Okay, now this is a two-dimensional array. Whatever the front side wall you are saying is a two-dimensional. Now, if you combine the width, the total length of this room, the third dimension, this is the third dimension. If you add this third dimension, now this room is how many dimensions room? 3-dimension room. In this class, how many faces are there? Down, right, left, top. If you see only top, you will observe only 2-dimension. If you observe only left, only 2-dimension. If you observe right, only 2-dimension. If you observe straight, only 2-dimension. Back, front, left, right, top, bottom. Total 6 faces are there like that. Once again, you got the 6 faces. Is that clear? If you see top side, can you see 3-dimension on the top? No, only 2-dimension you can see. A flat on the top, you can see only a flat one like this. On the bottom, you can see a flat one. But if you combine this one and this one, 3-dimension. It is a 3-dimension. Is that clear? A 3-dimensional body is nothing but a combination of multiple 2-dimensional body. Still more simplified, huh? Take your mobile phones. In the mobile phones, whatever the screen you are seeing, your screen is a 2-dimensional. This is the first dimension, length. This is the second dimension. What about the third dimension, thickness? When you can see this thickness, when you keep your mobile phone like this, you can see. If you don't keep the mobile phone like this, if you are seeing only the screen, in the screen, how many dimensions you can observe? 2-dimensional. If you see from the left side, how many dimensions you can observe? Only 2-dimension only. That is thickness and the length only you can observe. From the back, if you see breadth and thickness only you can observe. Every time you can observe only 2-dimension. Again, your mobile phone is also a 3-dimensional body which is having of 6 faces. Some will have 6 faces, some will have 8 faces, some will have 10 faces. That depends. But every 3-dimensional object is a combination of 2-dimensional objects. Multiple 2-dimensionals is called as a 3-dimension. Now, if you want to create a 3-dimension, now what I'm going to do, this same example, I will open 3 brackets. 3 brackets I will open. How many brackets I open, that is the dimension. You want in this famous, how many brackets are there, that many dimensions. For 3-dimension, 3 brackets I'm going to open. Why, sir? Because for first 2-dimensional, I'm going to use this one. Similarly, second 2-dimensional, I'm going to use this one and I'm going to close. Now, how many 2-dimensionals are there? This is a 2-dimensional. Up to this part is a 2-dimensional. This part is a 2-dimensional. 2 dimensions, combination is a 3-dimension. Got the point? Is that clear? Still more simplifier? Absolutely not a problem. Still more simplifier also we can do. Let us take like this. Above case, I've told you, first you go with 45 with no bracket. Here, go with the bracket. For 1 dimension, take only 1 single bracket. And I told this is called as 1-dimensional array. And this is the 1 comma you can see. Here, same 45, keep in the 2 brackets. Keep in 2 brackets. Now, this is the shape of 2-dimensional 1 comma 1. 1 row with 1 column. Same thing. Just now to add the 3rd bracket. For the same thing, add the 3rd bracket. Now it is clear. Add the 4th bracket. What is meant by 4 dimension? Multiple 3 dimensions is called as 4 dimension. One 4-dimensional object is there, means combination of multiple 3-dimensional objects is called as 4 dimension. Is that clear? Still more simplified? Than this simplified, miss? I can't. Okay. Is that clear, guys? So now if you select in your mobile, there is a camera. Okay. You are switch on the camera and you are going to take the photo. What are the things you are going to select? One photo. You are going to capture a photo. A photo is a combination of 3 dimension. Any photo is a combination of 3 dimension. What are the 3 miss? Red, green, blue. In the universe, whatever the color is there, all the colors is a combination of red, green, and blue. Basically, we are having only 3 colors. Reality is 3 colors. Whatever the, for example, here I'm having some pink color is there. This is a pink color. Basically, this is not a color. In your childhood, have you drawn the sketches on color pencils? You have combined the colors and it has turned to a new color. Have you done like that? So this pink color is a combination of red, green, and blue. Where more percentage of red is there, that is the reason it is converting as a pink color. How much percentage of red is there? How much percentage of green is there? How much percentage of blue is there to bring this kind of color means that we are going to see in the image processing. When we discuss the image processing, I will explain that one. Image is a combination of 3-dimensional array. So when we work on the images, at that time I will work on the 3-dimensional data. As of now, let us work on the 2-dimensional data. When we move on to the images or videos, images and videos, at the time we'll work on the 3-dimensional. So in order to work on the 3-dimensional, and if you want to work on the image pre-processing, you have to do you should understand the 3-dimensional array very clearly. If you understand 3-dimensional array, that is dead easy. Okay, because functions only, right? Just we are going to import and we are going to place. Nothing is there, right? Now, so this is a 2-dimensional. Is that clear? 0 dimension, 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, like this, so on up to n dimension. How many dimensions you want? You keep 45. If you keep this side 10 brackets open, this side 10 brackets, if you close also, it is a 10-dimensional body. It is a 10-dimensional body. What is meant by 10-dimensional? Means multi 9-dimensional bodies. Okay. Now, let us get into this. Now, how to create an array? What are the different options are there for creating an array? Out of which one of the option I have shown you that by using the list. If you take a list is equal to 1, 2, 3. Okay, L is equal to list of 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you are going to convert this one as an array. np.array of L. Now, what is this dimension? 1 dimension, because 1 bracket only open, right? That is the reason, right? Okay, fine. Whichever you feel easy, that you remember in that way, as per your choice, right? Basically, it is a 1 dimension. 1, 2, 3 means you can represent these values 1, 2, 3. In this way, you are going to represent. If you are having one more like this, 4, 5, 6, this is X and this is Y. 4, 5, 6 is Y. Basically, that is a 2-dimensional. Okay, fine. So now this is a 1-dimensional, right? Now, the list you can convert as an array by using simply np.array of the list. Now, what are the different ways of creating a arrays? Means one is arrange function. Within the NumPy, there is a arrange function is available. How we are having array function? Similarly, we are having arrange function. What is meant by range? Range means starting to ending with a step. For example, here I'm going to take 10 to 101 with a step of 10. Forget about NP is not there. NP is not there. What is meant by range generally? Range means 10 to 101 means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, up to 100. 100 will be included or not? Yes, included, because 101 is not included. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, like this up to 100. Now, by adding this NP, you are converting this one into a range. Arrange means array. A means array. For array, we have to use NP. So now, whatever the output you are going to get, an array of values. Same to same. No difference. First one is starting point, second one is ending point, third one is step. If you work a normal range function, whatever the output you will get, same output you will get. Instead of getting in a normal list, you will get as an array. Output is array. The only difference is array. If you ask list of range of 10 to 101 comma 10, you will get the output as list. If you ask the same question as np dot arrange of 10 comma 101 comma 10 miss, you will get here output as array. The only difference is array. Right? So arrange is one of the option to create an arrays. Similarly, next one is called as line space. Next function. This is second function. Okay. np dot line space. Now, what is this function? This function is going to use it is going to create a one-dimensional array. Arrange function will create one-dimensional array, line space. All these functions are used for creating one-dimensional. Functions which are used to create one dimension. These are not going to create the two-dimensional. For creating two-dimensional, we are having different functions. For creating one dimension, right? Functions which are used to create one dimension means one of them is arrange. Second one is line space. Now, what is meant by line space means you have to, within the line space, you have to give three arguments. What is the first argument means starting point. Second argument is ending point. Third one is number of samples. Now, here it is going to take np dot line space between, for example, starting point, I'm going to consider 0. Ending point, I'm going to consider 10. Starting point as 0, ending point as 10. Number of samples, I'm going to consider as 2. Minimum number of samples is 2. Starting number is 2. Minimum you have to write 2. Now, what it is going to do means, it is going to give the two numbers. The output of this is two numbers which are equal distance between them. That is 0 to 10. 0 comma 10. I will get the answer as like this. Now let us try with one more example. np dot line space 0 comma 10 comma 3. 3 means total you want 3 samples which are equally distributed. Means from 0 to 5, 5 to 10, they are equally distributed. 0 to 5, whatever the distance, from 5 to 10 also equal distance. Line space means equal distance. So it is going to return the even spaced numbers over the given interval. Even spacing means the space between this one, the space between this one should be the same. Where it includes the starting number and ending number also. So for example, if I ask here 0 comma 10 comma 3, I'm going to get 0, 5 and 10. Got the point? By default, it will give the float values. If you're not interested, the float values means you have to write D type. D type is equal to int. Then I told you D type is a default argument. Default argument means if you don't write anything, by default, it is going to consider float. Default is float. For this function, this is the default argument. This is the compulsory argument. First 3 of them are compulsory arguments. Whereas this one is a default argument. If you don't write like this, automatically it will select the float. By default, it will select the float. If you write the D type is equal to int means, it will give the output as the int data type only. D type. If you write D type is equal to int means, it will give the output as int. Right? Now, sir, I want between 0 to 10, 4 values. Where 0 should be included, 10 also should be included. And I want 4 values. Now, what it is going to give is 0, 3.33, 6.667 and 10. Total 4 values. From here to here, this is equal. And from here to here and from here to here. So, it is going to print in this way. If you ask int type means, it is showing as int. If you ask by default 0.02, 3.33, 6.667 and 10. Now, if you ask 5 values. Now, what are the 5 values? 0, 2.5, 5, 7.5, 10. Total 5 values you are going to get, which are equal distance. Got the point? Is that clear? Sir, okay, sir, you are saying very simply, but how you know this 2.5 you will get? Very simple. End minus whatever the end is there, end minus starting value divide by number of samples minus 1. That is the one. For example, you want 0 to 10, 5 you want. 10 minus 0 divided by 5 minus 1 is 4. That is 10 by 4. Each of the one is 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 is the distance. That is the formula. Is that clear? Got the point? So if you write here minimum value of 1, as per the formula, what happens? N minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So minimum is 2. Minimum is 2. So if you write 2, then what is the answer you are going to get? 10 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 1. That is 10 by 1. So starting value is 0, second value is 10. So you are going to get 0 and 10. These are the two values. Is that clear? Line space means nothing but equal distance between the points. Like that, how many number of points you want? That is the number of samples. Every sample will be equally distributed between them. Is that clear? Now, for example, 0 to 10, I want 6 data points. What is the answer I will get? 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Total 6 are there. From 0 to 10, total 6 data points are there, which are equally distributed. Is that clear, guys? Now, line space. Next, zeros. Next function is called as np.zeros. So it is going to create a zero array with completely of zeros. So np.zeros. Inside that, just you have to write the shape. Shape is 4 comma. What is meant by 4 comma? What is meant by 4 comma? It is a one-dimensional array. How many values? 4 values. So you are going to get, so here similarly np.zeros, I am going to take the shape. Shape is 3 comma. What is meant by 3 comma? One-dimensional array with 3 values. What are the 3 values? Means 3 of them should be zeros only. np.zeros means everything will be filled with zeros. All the 3 values zeros. If you ask 4 comma means 5 comma means one-dimensional array with completely filled with zeros. Similarly, ones. Ones means it is going to fill all the values with ones. What is the difference between zeros versus ones? Means here it is going to fill with the zeros. Here it is going to fill with the ones. So similarly, I'm having 2s, 3s, 4s also now. Means no, only ones and zeros are there. Why only these two are there? Why 2s and 3s are not there? Means we are in the matrices, we are having 0 matrix is available. In the matrices, 0 matrix is available. And we are having unity matrix. These are the 2 matrices are available. But we are not having 2 by 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 matrix is not available. We are having 0, 0, 0, 0. This is matrix, or 1, 1, 1, 1. This is matrix is available. This name is called as 0 matrix. This name is called as unity matrix. This is possible, but 2, 2, 2, 2 is not possible. But still, if you want, then what we can do? Just add plus 1. If you add plus 1, what happens? For each and every value, it will add the plus 1. You will get 2, 2, 2, 2. Similarly, if you want with respect to 20, 20, 20, just add with respect to 19. For once, you have to add 19. If you are considering zeros, means 0 plus 20. I want 3 values. Every value should be filled with 20. What I am going to do? Plus 20. Just add the 20. Right? Sir, then similar way you can create ones also same way, right? np.ones of 3, you can create like this in terms of np.zeros of shape. Shape is nothing but 3 comma plus 1. This one and this one both are same. If you can remember this one means remember. No, don't remember means no, don't remember. Choice is yours. Right? Is that clear? Sir, I think no need to give for zeros. Is it correct? Please try. I think no need to give for zeros, sir. NP dot zeros. So NP dot zeros and NP dot ones. Now, basically, if you open, see, I'm writing here NP dot zeros. Okay. And I'm going to click on the shift tab. What is meant by shift tab? Help file. Let us open the help file. Now in the help file, what is the first one? It is having compulsory argument. What is this one? Default argument. What is this one? Default argument. What is this one? Default argument. Forget about the default arguments. Okay, default means anyways they are going to be selected default. What is this one? It is a compulsory argument. What is the compulsory argument you have to give is shape. Now what is meant by shape means int or tuple of ints. For one dimensional array, just you can write np dot zeros of 3. If you write 3 also, automatically it will select the one dimensional array. But for two dimensional array on words, if you are working for more than two dimensional array on words, clearly you have to mention the dimension. So it is better to go with the shape to remember instead of both the things. Just remember we have to give for np dot zeros shape as the input. Just to give the shape as the input. Okay, is that clear, guys? Now similarly, random dot randint. What is meant by random dot randint? It is going to generate randomly number. So it is going to take randomly number from 1 to 41. Number of samples is equal to 5. 5 samples I want between 1 to 41. So it is going to say 5 samples between 1 to 41. It is going to take between 1 to 41, 5 samples. Okay. So why it is selecting 5 samples, sir? Yesterday you shown us a random dot randint where it will give only 1 sample. Now, so suddenly how today 5 samples? Yesterday I have told you that in the random module, if you have imported random module, import random dot randint of 1 to 41. You have given like this. Now what is the output of this? It is going to give the randomly one integer between 1 to 41. This is the answer, right? It is going to give randomly 1. If I want 5, then what I have to do? We have to apply the for loop. Yesterday I have shown you that we have to apply the for loop if you want the 5. So for I in range of 5, random dot randint of 1 to 41. Now what happens? In this case, it is going to take one value randomly. In this case, it is going to take 5 values randomly because the same code is getting executed 5 times. 5 times it is getting executed. So 5 times different value it is getting printed. Now the same for loop is called as numpy. Numpy means for loop only, right? So no need to write separately for loop for numpy. In the entire numpy library, whenever you use the numpy library, you no need to write the for loop. Because by default, it will apply the for loop. Numpy means for loop means num. For loop plus list is called as numpy. Right? Is that clear, guys? Now, how to access the elements within the array? How to access the elements? Similarly, how we have accessed the elements in the list? For example, within the list, I want 20. How to write? Let us assume this is a list. List is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I want 20 value. How I have to write? List of 1. Right? It will give the 20. Same to same. Now, it is an array. Now, the same thing is an array. 10, 20, array. Now, what is the difference between array and this one is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that you will understand this is an array, this is a list. If I write here also commas means you will get confused. So I am removing the commas. Now a of 1. What is a of 1 means? Again 20 only. Same to same. If you ask with respect to a of 1, answer is 20. If you ask a of minus 1, what is there in the minus 1? 50. Positive indexing, negative indexing. How you have worked for the list? Same to same. Because now array is list only, right? Now, how to access the multiple values means by using the slicing operation. Now, assume this is the same question. This is a list. For the list, L to 1 to 5, this one. Forget about array. It is not an array. I am asking for the list. For the list, if this is the question, tell me what is the answer for the list? 20. That is 1 to 5 with an increment of 2 means 1, 3, 5. 5 should not be included. So 1 and 3. What is in the position of 1? 20. In the third position, 40. This is the output. You are going to get as a list of 20, 40. This is a normal list. Now the same thing in array. What is the output you are going to get in the array? 1 is to 5 colon 2 means you are going to get array of 20, 20 and 40. List of 20, 40, array of 20, 40. That is the only difference. Both are same. Is that clear, guys? No, sir, I have forgot the list, sir. I don't remember the list, sir. So almost 5 days back, we have prepared the list. I have forgot about the data science. If you have forgot the list, forget about the data science. Never you can become the data scientist. You can't remember like that, it is very difficult to become as a data scientist. Data science, I told you, data science is a easy subject, but it is a interlinked subject. Linked means it is connected to each other. I told you at the starting first year class only. Very clearly, I have told you that one. If you miss one of the class, next class you will not understand. For example, you have missed a list class, or if you have missed the for loop class, today's class you will not understand. Without practicing the list or for loop, if you sit for NumPy, it is waste of time. You have to see at my face, I have to see at your face. There will be no use. Nothing will be reached to the brain. Without practicing list, don't practice the NumPy. It is waste of time. You have to simply by heart. With by hearting, temporary purpose will be solved. In the data science, you should be as a data scientist for next 15 to 20 years. You are not going to join the company for 1 or 2 years temporary purpose. After that, you are not going to shift the domain. You are going to be as a data scientist for next 15 years. Next 15 years, you will by heart.